It started with a silence too loud to ignore, the kind that fills a courtroom just before the storm breaks. Judge Judy Sheindlin leaned forward, sharp eyes fixed on the young woman standing before her. "Ms. Pitts," she said in that crisp, unmistakable tone, "you used to live with Mr. Montz, your ex-boyfriend. On February 19th, something happened. Something serious. Let's talk about that night." Ms. Pitts, composed but trembling beneath the surface, nodded. Her voice cracked slightly as she began. "Yes, Your Honor, we were no longer living together. I had my own apartment. That night he came over after an event where I was honored. We got into an argument, and then everything went wrong." Judge Judy, always skeptical, pressed further. "You were honored that night? At an event? And he was your escort?" "Yes, Your Honor," Pitts replied softly. "And when you returned home, an argument broke out. About what?" Pitts hesitated. "About someone I spoke to at the event." "A man?" Judge Judy arched a brow. "Ah, jealousy, the oldest motive in the book." The courtroom murmured faintly. Mr. Montz shifted uncomfortably in his seat. His version of the story was entirely different. He claimed she had attacked him. But for now, Judy wanted to hear the woman's side, uninterrupted. "He got angry," Pitts continued. "I said maybe I should call that person. And that's when he jumped up, grabbed me, and started shaking me." Judy raised her hand. "Be careful, Ms. Pitts. I've read your complaint and the police report. You say here he pushed you, not shook you. So let's stay factual." "Yes, ma'am," Pitts whispered. "He pushed me, grabbed me. I tried to get away, but he wouldn't let me leave the room." The tension in the courtroom thickened. Every word pulled the audience deeper into the night of February 19th. Judy's voice cut through the silence again, sharp as a blade. "So he confines you in the bedroom, and you're saying you had little to no clothing on because you were getting ready for bed?" "Yes, Your Honor." "And when he grabbed you, you ran naked to your neighbor's apartment?" "Yes." Even Judge Judy paused for a second. The court stenographer's keys went silent. "You ran down the hall naked to your neighbor's door?" "Yes, Your Honor," Pitts said, holding back tears. "I was terrified," the audience gasped, some covering their mouths. Judy didn't react to the drama. She dissected facts, not feelings. "And this neighbor, what's his name?" "I'd rather not say." "You'd rather not say?" Judy repeated, her tone razor-sharp. "I want to know what kind of man opens the door in the middle of the night, sees his neighbor naked, and doesn't invite her in for safety, just hands her a phone. What kind of neighbor is that?" The question hung in the air, unanswered. Pitts fumbled. "He lives with his mother, Your Honor. He didn't let me in. He just gave me his cell phone." "Uh-huh," Judy said flatly. "So you call the police. Instead of waiting downstairs where it's safe, you go back to the apartment. Why?" "I wanted him to leave, Your Honor. He wouldn't leave. So you threw his shoes out the window?" "Yes. I thought if I threw them, he'd go after them." The courtroom chuckled quietly. Judy didn't. "And after you threw his shoes, he threw your computer out the window, correct?" "Yes, but he paid for that later." Judge Judy scribbled a note. "All right, so we're not talking about the computer. You're suing him for bail money, emotional distress, tuition loss, basically the consequences of being arrested that night. You claim he lied to the police, which got you arrested, correct?" "Yes, Your Honor." "And he claims you attacked him." Judy turned her gaze to Mr. Montz, calm but clearly irritated. "Mr. Montz, stand up." "Tell me, what happened?" He rose, clasping his hands nervously. "Your Honor, she was the one who attacked me. She threw my shoes, scratched me, screamed at me. I called the police because I didn't want it to escalate." Judy's eyes narrowed. "And you expect me to believe that you, a full-grown man, were terrified of a woman who had no clothes on?" He stammered, She was violent, Your Honor." "Oh, please," Judy snapped. "You were jealous, not afraid." The audience erupted in laughter. Judy banged her gavel. "Quiet." Turning back to Pitts, Judy's tone softened, just slightly. "Ms. Pitts, did you hit him?" "No, Your Honor." "Did you throw anything before he touched you?" "No." Judge Judy leaned back, silent for a few seconds. The courtroom waited for her verdict. "Here's what I think happened," she said finally. "You two had an argument about jealousy. One of you wanted control, the other wanted freedom. He got physical. You panicked. And then in all the chaos, both of you made bad choices. But here's the thing. Bad judgment doesn't excuse assault." Judy lifted her pen and pointed it toward Montz. "Mr. Montz, I believe you pushed her first. I also believe she retaliated. Maybe not smartly, but out of fear. The police were called, and she was the one arrested. That's wrong. I'm ordering you to pay for her bail and partial damages. The courtroom was silent again, a silence that felt heavier this time. Pitts closed her eyes, relieved. Mance dropped his head. Judge Judy wasn't finished. And one more thing, she added. This isn't just about a broken relationship. It's about respect. When someone says no, you leave. You don't confine them, you don't grab them, and you sure as hell don't turn the victim into the criminal. Justice isn't rented, it's earned. The gavel slammed down. Case closed. As the credits rolled and the cameras faded out, the audience buzzed with that familiar mix of shock and satisfaction that only Judge Judy could deliver. It wasn't about money or shoes or even the computer. It was about truth. And in Judy's courtroom, truth always had a price.